truth is, there's no shortage, a whole galaxy of ideas and directions for mass culture to build capacity for research within the arts community by providing reliable resources, training, and infrastructure. So why did we hitch mass culture's engine to this star, Data Narratives for the Arts? Our new flagship program that we lovingly call D.N.A, because there's just no way around it. We need to build up a data culture within the sector. There's no data unicorn that's going to swoop in and meet all of your organization's needs. We need to take ownership of our own organization's data literacy. The D.N.A project provides opportunities to upskill arts organizations in adopting ways to effectively use their own data by providing a foundational data set on our new arts data platform. And the training we'll be offering in conjunction with experts and enthusiasts over the next year. Empowering the arts workers with a data-driven mindset is essential to showcase the genuine value and immense impact our art sector brings to society. There is some notable efforts underway to harness the potential of data utilization practices within the arts community. These initiatives should be embraced on a larger scale with a supportive community. Just look at Arts Etobicoke, for example, and the amazing work that they're doing.
My name is Wendy Rading. I'm the Executive Director of Arts Etobicoke. And Arts Etobicoke is a community arts organization that serves the west of Toronto. And our mandate is to make sure that people have access to arts and culture in the neighborhoods that they live. So we do that by supporting local artists and by providing opportunities for community members to learn and celebrate art. I have been in this role for 4 years, but I've been at the organization for 8 years and have been working within not-for-profit arts organizations for over 15 years. This project is called Visualizing Deep Data, Exploring Arts and Culture in West Toronto. So it's been a 5-year project. We're in our 4th year now, really trying to understand the needs and interests of arts within the communities that we serve. So what are people doing and what do they want to do more of? And we engaged in this because it will help us better deliver programs knowing this information. There are 2 reasons why we embarked on this project. One, we knew that data was important, but we didn't know how to integrate that into what we were doing. We knew we needed to be making data-based decisions. We didn't know what data was. We didn't know what data we had. We were really starting at the start. How do we collect data? So we were a bit overwhelmed and we were at capacity. How do we also then start to do this data collection when we really feel like we just don't even have the staff and the time to take on anything new? But we also, even more importantly, we really wanted to know what our community wanted to do for arts and culture. And we certainly felt that we had a pulse on the community. We knew what our participants wanted. We were doing evaluations. We were talking to people, but we weren't communicating with everybody in Etobicoke, obviously. And we really felt like there were pockets that we just were missing. There were trends that we were missing. There were art activities and interests that we just didn't even know about, and we're probably right under the tip of our nose. So could data help us just better understand what we didn't know? It has certainly accomplished what we were hoping it would, and it has been sort of 4 years in. So it's not suddenly like all this information came to us, but it really has informed a lot about what our community is interested in. And as a result, it's really helped us make decisions very easily. So we can make decisions about program delivery. If we have a new program, what do we need to be programming in that community? It's helped grant writing be easier because we have evidence of what we're trying to do, and it's made advocacy easier. So what is our reach? What are the needs of the community, and how are we meeting those needs? So the impact has been, I think, really significant. Having data has really given us the confidence to make decisions and also push back on some of the pressures. So there's expectations of what we should be doing, and having that data on hand really allows us to have the confidence to keep pushing in one direction and knowing that that's the right direction, because that's what we've learned from our community directly, and that is based on their needs and interests. For example, we've been very heavy on our visual arts programming, and when you start to program in one certain way, the feedback that you get is very positive. So in fact, you continue doing what you've been doing. It reinforces what you're doing. And what we've found is that the gap in music programming and the interest in music is huge, and we're not meeting those needs well enough. And that we've seen across demographics. We've seen that in all different groups, in all different parts of Etobicoke. And having this information is really going to change how we program moving forward. It's not going to mean that we're not doing visual arts programming, but there is a shift that we clearly need to make. I think it's really going to change, in fact, how we move forward and what we do at Arts Etobicoke. It's important for other organizations because it does, in fact, make your job easier. It makes your decision-making easier. And by having data and information at your fingertips that you can use quickly, it saves you time. So what we've also learned though, and this was our concern at the start, is how do you do this? How do you even take this on? And I think for us, what we've learned is that data is actually quite a bit of fun, and it has to be fun. Because if your community is engaged and they're having fun with it, and your board is, and most importantly, your staff is, and understanding how it works for you, this is something that will stay within your organization and you'll keep doing. But if data is a spreadsheet and a graph, it just won't. Especially if it's labor intensive, if you're constantly trying to input information and just to produce a graph, that data is livable and it's flexible and it's this beautiful storytelling tool. And once you have that, it really opens up a lot of what you can do with it.
To find out more about MassCulture's D.N.A. project, go to massculture.ca/DNA for more information.